Welcome to the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Sports Hub podcast presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. I'm your host, Kyle Coppola. Today we are talking with Mount Dora High School track and field coach Cody Adkinson. Cody, thank you for coming on to the program today.
Of course. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. You guys are having one heck of a season. You just made it through districts, did really well in the districts. How's the season been going for you so far?
The season's been really great. A lot of our athletes, we just have a phenomenal pool of young talent. 9th and 10th graders are really dominating out there. And a lot of the kids that we've been working with for a few years, we've had the chance to develop and get them to competing at that top level. And I think it's really showing. We're taking down a lot of records and doing a lot of big things at the district championship. And tomorrow we've got regionals.
Yeah, you guys did really well at the districts. I believe you came in second for the girls, and then you came in fifth for the boys. Did really well there as far as that went. So you talk about what's going on as far as that goes. You guys are breaking records left and right. We ended up doing a story on the record-breaking 4x100 team earlier this year, which is really exciting. Talk a little bit about those guys.
Yeah, so that 4x100 group, we've been working with a couple of them for a few years now, and we've been tweaking like who's been in that 4x1, so it hasn't always been the same guys. And once we found the right four, it finally clicked. And Coach Sean Markham, he's our sprints coach. He's also the football coach for one of the football coaches for Mount Dora High School. He helped bring on some of those football players into track, and we really worked hard on those handoffs, and we were able to break a 20-year-old record that we haven't been able to touch since then. So
yeah, 20 years, that's a long time. Tymier Gaines was one of the guys that was part of that group, which is really exciting. Tymier Gaines is one of the best running backs in Lake County. He's preparing for yet another season here for Mount Dora High School. So really excited about him and what he's been able to bring to the equation. But you're not just all about the sprinters. You're about long distance runners as well. You've had a long distance program for a long time. Of course, you're the head coach of the cross country program as well.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of success there. Mm-hmm. Talk a little bit about your distance programs and how that's going this year.
Yeah, so actually when I first came on, I came out of Florida Gulf Coast University. I ran cross country for them. So yeah, my background is distance. So those are kind of like my side favorites. I work closely with a lot of those kids for cross country and track. We actually had Gabriel Lewis. He's a junior. He broke the 2-mile school record, and he did that, I think, the second or third meet of the season and had a really strong season. And so we've got a lot of talent in that distance group as well. But something I've learned as a distance coach who coaches track as well is you can't just know distance. You've got to learn how to coach the other events. So I actually took a USATF course to learn. I now help coach with long jump, triple jump, anything that we need to help balance that out.
So you're now coaching all of that. What is that like to learn the different sports and maybe stuff that you haven't even like competed in?
Yeah. So when I first came in, to the high school program, I learned really quickly that there's just not. I thought there was just going to be coaches for everything, and people would be volunteering left and right. But we slowly had to build up our coaching staff. I've got Coach Susan Heggie. She coaches our high jumpers. Coach Bruce Heggie, her husband, coaches all of our throwers. And then Markham, he's come over and coached our sprinters. But before I had their help, I learned that, coaching sprinters is a whole different ballpark. Coaching long and triple jump, whole different ballpark. So I made it my job to go out there and be the best coach I could be to these kids, give them the best coaching that I could give them.
What makes the sprinters so much different? Because I always see the sprinters, and it's just like it's a different thing with the 100 meters, and they're able to just turn it on for that 100 meters and just sprint as fast as they possibly can. Yeah. Whereas distance runners, it's more of a it's a gradual sort of increase lap after lap.
It's funny. You'll see a lot of things. Like if you're on Instagram and you're on track, the algorithm shows you all these funny videos about the difference between sprinters and distance runners at track practices. Sprinters, it's just a whole different muscle group you're trying to work with them. It's quick twitch, and they're always doing super fast, high-intensity stuff. Whereas distance runners, 80% of that, it's more like easy recovery type stuff, and it's a lot of running. And sprinters, they don't like that. You keep them away from that. There's a program called Feed the Cats. It's a very common sprint philosophy, and you want to keep your sprinters fresh. You want them to be able to do that high-intensity stuff 3 or 4 days a week, but the rest, you really want them resting and fresh so that they're able to heal up and you're not pulling hamstrings or anything like that. So that's something that my first couple of years, I learned, you can't make a sprinter do the same amount of work as a distance runner. You got to shorten it up because they're doing a lot higher intensity stuff.
So what's your favorite thing that you like to coach? As far as being a coach, you do a lot of different things, wear a lot of different hats. You're not just a track and field coach, you're also the cross-country coach, and you've also coached soccer as well. But as far as all of those sports combined, what's your favorite one to coach?
I love coaching all of them. I know it's kind of like cliche, a cop-out, but what I really enjoy coaching is I enjoy coaching athletes that work really hard. Like I want to coach the athletes that want to do all of the work. They do all the work in the other 23 hours of the day that I'm not with them. They're eating right. They're getting a good amount of sleep. They're doing what they need to do in school. And then for the 1 hour, 2 hours that I have in the day, they're also working really hard. Those kids, I don't care what event you're doing, but if you're working with me, I really enjoy that because they're putting in their all, just like I'm putting in my all to make sure, I can get them where they need to be.
Cody, for those who weren't with us in the early days that we were starting this podcast, you were one of our first guests, actually, on our first episodes of the Sports Hub, which was a lot of fun. We talked a little bit last year, and that's when Noelle Vu was tearing it up last year, and she's moved on as well. Talk to us a little bit about Noelle and what she's been up to.
So, Noelle, she for those that don't know, she is the most successful distance track athlete Mount Dora High School has ever had. And we've got a long history with track and field for Mount Dora High School, all the way dating back into the early 80s. 1985, the girls won a state championship. Noelle Vu has 5 school records for us currently. She had 6. One of those were broken by a freshman, Michaela Bow, in the 400, which really wasn't Noelle's thing, but she still was able to break the record because that's how talented she was. But then she moved on. She went to graduated and went to Grinnell College, Division II program, and now she's breaking records over there and doing really well. I think they just won their conference championship. So it's cool to see her enjoy that. And I still follow her on Strava. That's a running thing that we have. Are you aware what Strava is?
Definitely.
Yeah, you got to follow me. But she's on there, so I see all her runs and I comment and I still encourage her. And it's cool to see her thrive in that college atmosphere.
Yeah, it's really cool to see all of the athletes go on and continue their careers as well, because she's not the only one. You've got others that are going as well. Hannah Douglas, I think, is another one that comes to mind. Other runners that you've had throughout the years. But you personally, you've gone through it too. You've run in high school and you've been through the whole kind of system as far as college goes. What is your favorite memory when you look back on your career?
On my collegiate career, it was definitely, FGCU is a mid-major college. It's Division I. So when we go to the NCAA South regions for cross country, you see the SEC, the ACC schools, and just chasing down those Gators, the Seminoles, all the SEC schools. It was motivation for me. Every time I'm passing one of those guys, I'm like, I belong here. That's probably my best memories, NCAA South region over at Florida Tallahassee's course.
Yeah. What are some of the biggest challenges that you've had to work through as well? Because season after season, of course, at the high school level, you only have athletes for 4 years, and then they're off and doing their merry old thing, depending on whether they go to college, the military, or go into a trade. What is the most challenging thing that you've had to work through?
Oh, definitely for track. There's so many events. I think there's like 20 different events. There's 10 different running events, 10 different field events. When you graduate a couple of kids, sometimes those kids, they also coach that event too, because we only have 4, 5, 6 adults out there at a time. There's over 100 kids on the field. So those kids that are able to give those coaching cues to the younger athletes, when they're gone, it's like we're also not only losing an athlete, we're losing somebody that helps coach. And then filling in those gaps for those events like pole vault or javelin, long jump, triple jump, sometimes the 100 meter, whatever it may be, that becomes pretty difficult. So we got to scout it out.
Yeah, and scouting out, you've done a great job of that, and you continue to impress year after year because, of course, you're always at the top when it comes to cross country or track and field. You've been doing a really good job there. We're going to take a short break here on the Sports Hub. When we come back, we'll have more with Cody Adkinson when we return.
Is pain or restricted range of motion keeping you on the sidelines? Get back in the game with expert orthopedic care from UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics provides robotic-assisted surgical joint repairs and replacements, post-operative care, and inpatient rehabilitation services, all close to home, right here in Lake and Sumter counties. And for those unexpected injuries, UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics offers convenient walk-in and same-day appointments. To learn more or to schedule an appointment with one of their specialists, call 352-323-5665.
Hey, everybody, we are back here on the Sports Hub podcast talking with head coach Cody Adkinson, the track and field coach for the Mount Dora Hurricanes, and having a great season so far. We are headed into the regionals, and by the time this comes out, you guys would have participated in the regionals. But let's talk a little bit about that and the state championships coming up. What is that looking like for Mount Dora High School?
So tomorrow, the regional championship is at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, which is pretty cool because one of our athletes just signed for them, Chris Kopinski. He's our pole vaulter. He's our school record holder. So that'll be cool to see where he's going to go. And actually, the pole vault coach for Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, his name is Martin Prispy. He used to coach for the Villages pole vault.
Nice.
And we've got some other great athletes. We've got our 4x1 relays. Boys and girls both should put up a good fight. Hannah Douglas will put up a good fight at regionals, and some other athletes that we're trying to get to the state championship level.
Yeah, Chris Kopinski, a great athlete, multi-sport athlete as well, played ran for the cross-country team as well, and just looking forward to what he's going to do over at Embry-Riddle in the next couple of years. But also you mentioned Tymier Gaines, trying to get him going. He just signed to Baldwin Wallace for football.
Zyshawn Perry.
Zyshawn Perry.
Yes.
Zyshawn Perry for Mount Dora High School just signed with Baldwin Wallace. That's really exciting for you guys too.
Yeah, we love Zyshawn. He's a really nice kid, and he's got some challenges that he's been through in his life, but he's overcome all of that, and he's a great kid, and we just want to see him succeed. And it was so cool to see him go fly out and visit Baldwin Wallace and be excited about that and officially commit with them.
And you have some others that are favorites to get to the state championships as well on the girls' side.
Yes.
How's that looking?
So we've got really great young talent. Kate Guthrie, she medaled in states in pole vault as a freshman. She's a sophomore now, and she's one of the top in the state for pole vault again. She also may make it to the state championships in high jump. I don't know yet. She's up there, along with her teammate Reese Horrible, who's going to be one of her competitors. Reese is really great athlete in triple jump, long jump, and high jump. And those records are all held back from the 1986 era when we won a state championship for the girls. Yep. And she's on the edge. Any meet that we have, she's right there neck and neck with all three of those records. Really phenomenal athlete in all three of those.
Yeah, so you get all these athletes that are descending upon the regionals, and then after we get through that, of course, we'll see who makes it to states. But that's always exciting to see who's going to end up making it to states and competing, because last year you had a couple of guys and gals make it up there, and
yep, and it was the day of graduation,
and it really was, yeah. What are your athletes brought a graduation outfit up there?
Yeah, Zachary Chosam. He's running for Southeastern University right now, and I've gotten to see him run a couple times and compete collegiately. But it was really cool to see him. They graduated him early, and they still actually made it to graduation that night. They were just a little bit late. They seated him last in the class out of alphabetical order. But he did bring his grad gown, and he podiumed, which was awesome. And he was able to wear his grad gown while he was getting his medal. So that was a really cool picture.
That picture went viral actually on social media. People love that, seeing that. Hopefully graduation does not fall maybe.
It doesn't this year. I'm pretty happy. I haven't been to graduation in a couple of years. Even as a teacher, I want to see those kids walk across the aisle. So it'll be great to see that.
And for those who don't know, you're a teacher at Mount Dora High School as well. What do you teach?
I teach forensics and biology and marine biology. So I wear a lot of hats.
How'd you get into that?
So I'm certified in biology, and I started helping out in that. And then we wanted to diversify the programs we offer at Mount Dora High School. So we were looking to add on zoology or forensic science. And I was like, forensic science, that sounds awesome. Who doesn't want to take forensic science? And I'm so glad I did, because that's probably my favorite class. We'll have crime scenes set up in the back. We teach blood spatter, fingerprinting, all the things you think of CSI. That's what we do. and the kids get a really good background about that.
Yeah, definitely great to have that at the school program. I know that many of the school programs around here have the Cambridge ACE programs, which are doing great, and the graduation rate for Mount Dora High School last year was absolutely terrific.
I think 99%.
I think it was 98, 99%.
Yeah.
It was, I think, that all-time high. It was absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
So you
that
guys
was under Marlene Strawn, Kyle Bracewell. I got to give a shout out to him. He's got some big shoes to fill, but I think he's doing a great job so far.
Marlene Strawn doing a great job as well, still for Lake County, and Kyle Bracewell, a great principal to have, so he's on board now and doing great things as far as that goes. What are some of your favorite moments or memories from the season this year that you've had?
From the season this year, I think a lot of those record breakers. We've had a freshman, Lillian Gittens. She broke as a freshman the javelin record. So that was a huge achievement for her, and to see how happy she was.
Yeah.
The 2-mile record for Gabriel Lewis was broken. Michaela Bao, she broke the record for the 400. The boys 4x1 record, that was really cool. They were excited about that. So a lot of those record-breaking moments were pretty huge. We liked those. And then we're on the edge for a couple others. The girls 4x1 team at districts, they were 1/10 of a second away from breaking a record from 1985. So that's a 40-year-old record. Wow. And so they're pumped. They're excited. They're really hoping at regionals they can do it.
Yeah, that would be awesome if they were able to do that in 1985, all the way back then. That's incredible. I mean,
we were a track dynasty back then.
Still kind of are.
We're trying to get back to that level. We'll see.
Yeah, it's you guys. I mean, Taveri's obviously having a great year. The Villages, you mentioned them, and Wildwood still doing their thing with their sprinters over there and long jumpers. Just the whole track community.
Yes.
It's a close community as well.
One thing I want to say about that is, at districts, we're competing against the Taveri's. We don't like them. But then you go to regionals in the state championship, and you want to see Lake County schools succeed. At the state championships, we're rooting for Taveri's, Lake Mineola, all the Villages. I know all the coaches there. They're all great guys, and I try to take a piece from each of them. What I see greatness in them, I try to bring that in myself. Yep. But yeah, I even tell my kids, I'm like, listen, that's Lake County. Root for them. Work together.
Yeah, it's great to see Lake County schools doing good, not just in track and field, but baseball. You mentioned baseball. I think we still have 5 teams left as of this recording left. Mount Dora got to the regional semis this year, which is great. They haven't been there in a long time. Football is doing great, and it's just good to see Lake and Sumter County sports just thriving right
100%, now. 100%. I love to see it. We're competing with schools, Miami, Jacksonville. I think those are the big areas for track and field too, and I think podium. We're going to have somebody from Lake County podium in every single event at the track and field state championships, and that's just because I don't know if there's something in the water or something, but we're full of talent here in Lake County.
Yeah, we really are. When you think about the talent pool too, because these are smaller schools. These aren't like you're not in Tampa, you're not in Miami, Jacksonville, Tallahassee. This is Lake County, Central Florida, above Orlando, but they're still competing at a very, very high level. And I think that we have very committed coaches, yourself included, that have really keyed in on the sports, not just men's sports, but especially the women's sports here. Wildwood just won a state championship for the basketball team. So you've got a lot of people and coaches focusing really on our athletes. And I think that that's really what makes a huge difference, Coach.
Wait till flag football continues to grow. I bet our girls' flag football teams in Lake County are going to represent.
Yeah, and they're doing really good right now. I mean, Wildwood is about to get to the state championships for flag football, and you also had Lake Mineola had a breakout year, their first winning season. Mount Dora continuing with their program, the Villages, all of these programs that continue to elevate, which is really exciting for the future of our sports in the area. Definitely. You've seen it grow the last couple of years as well, with the influx of people that continue to come to our region.
Yeah.
Not only did the families come, but their children come with them to grow our region. How has that been, seeing kind of new kids come in and just kind of just kind of get used to?
Yeah. So as far as that goes, everybody in Florida sees it. All the housing that's building up all over the area. Our school is always full. As soon as open enrollment opens, we're shut because we're completely packed. Every year we're growing. I think when I first started at Mount Dora High School 8 years ago now, we were at 900 kids, and now we're at over 1,400 kids. And so we've moved up divisions. That's getting more competitive. But we've also got more and more talent in the athlete pool. So that's a good thing to see. And you love to see it grow.
Yeah, definitely like to see it grow. And you guys are at capacity. Really, a lot of the schools in Lake County are at capacity. Even the ones down in Claremont. I think we were talking to Coach Brad Lord. South Lake is graduating 600 plus students this year. So
Yeah,
I mean, I think
that's a big school.
Lake Mineola is graduating close to 700 this season. Eastridge close to the same. So you've got massive graduating classes, but our schools continue to grow as well, Cody.
Mm-hmm. It does.
So you guys started on the stadium project, which is really exciting. You guys, this has been a long time coming for Mount Dora High School, but you finally started on that. Talk a little bit about what's going on with that.
Yeah, finally, we've gotten it put together. We've raised a lot of money with the help of Marlene Strawn, the community, and we finally knocked down the building of the visitor side. We're actually going to flip it. So the visitor side is not going to be the home side. Home side is going to be the visitor side. And they're going to build a whole new concession stand, bathrooms. They're going to extend the seating. We need more seating. School's growing.
Yeah.
And then they're going to knock down the home side, clear that out, clean it up. And they just redid the football field, as you know. And the football field is looking really good.
Yeah, what's the football field looking like? That's still natural grass, I would imagine.
It is.
Yeah, that's great for the athlete. I love natural grass fields, especially. That's such a beautiful facility as well over there, and with the track and what everything's going to look like as well. Because when the sun goes down, if you've never attended a game at Mount Dora High School, when the sun goes down behind the trees and the trees it's one of the most beautiful places that I think in Lake County or Central Florida to watch a football game or just watch a soccer game. It's a great facility. So that's really awesome to know that love is being put back into the stadium. That's
for sure. Yeah,
important.
the county's definitely supporting us. The stadium's had many challenges. It's not new. There's a natural stream that goes around and underneath the field. So there's been some issues with drainage. That's been fixed. And now the stadium project is happening. They had to deal with that, the river going underneath it. They figured it out, I'm guessing, because now they're starting to knock stuff down and clean it up, make it look good.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you're not just going to be able to help the football games there. Also, you're going to be able to host more middle school meets as well.
Yeah, that's something that I want to do for the area, because I know that Mount Dora Christian Academy, they host a lot of middle school meets. Tavares Middle School hosts Tavares High School hosts a lot of middle school meets with the Von Maxis. I want to open this up, Mount Dora High School up again for competing in track and field, just to give schools another facility to compete in, put up some PRs, and allow those middle schoolers to qualify to the state championships.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great plan, and we're happy to see that finally coming to fruition, because this has been a long time coming for y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you for coming on to the program today. It's been great to learn a little bit about Mount Dora High School and what you guys got going on there. Good luck in the regionals and the state championships as well.
Appreciate it.
Exciting. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's going to wrap things up for the Sports Hub this week. Want to thank Cody Adkinson for coming on and talking with us. Want to also thank our partners, UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics, for everything they provide for us as well. We'll see you on the next edition of the Sports Hub next week.
This has been the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.